Problem 3. Two cars start at two ends of a road and drive towards each other at the same time. Car's A speed is 80 kilometers per hour and car's B speed is 60 kilometers per hour. They meet somewhere 30 miles of the midpoint. Their two starting points are blank kilometers from each other. So this seems a bit off, doesn't it? I mean, last time we were learning about meetup problems, and that's exactly what meetup problems exactly sound like. Well, maybe it's just time for another sketch. So there are two cars, and I'll just call car A's starting point A and call car B starting point B. And over here is the midpoint. Okay, kind of looks like the midpoint there, right? Okay. And we know that they meet somewhere 30 miles of the midpoint. Also, this is 80 kilometers per hour. This is also 60 kilometers per hour. So we're trying to find their meeting place, somewhere on here. So now I'm asking you, will they meet left of the midpoint or right of the midpoint? This was an interesting question to ask, and the correct answer would actually be to the right of the meeting point, somewhere right here. I'll have a little flag right there, and that's 30 miles. Oh, sorry, 30 kilometers. This problem got a little glitch in here, sorry. 30 kilometers. Okay, so why do I know that it's to the right of the midpoint? Well, now you probably realize that, car A is faster than car B. So in the same time, car A would have gotten further than car B. So it would end in car A going further of a distance than car B, which makes sense if you really think about it. And now we're trying to find what is the total distance from A to B. Still, I don't see how them going in the same direction really helps. But let's think of it another way. What if we grab this part and we just set it right here? We set it right here, right? These are the same parts. Then this part right here, maybe I'll move this a bit more left. So this part here would be 30 kilometers because this has 60 kilometers. Why 60 though? Well, I know that if I got this part over here, I know that the distance that A drove has 30 kilometers more than if they just drove at the same speed. And I know that this part, that the part that car B drove, was 30 kilometers less. So this is another important part right here. Why it's 60? Because it's two 30s put together, which is 60 kilometers. So what is this 60 kilometers? Yep, exactly. This is just the same as the difference in track. So if we want to find we're trying to find the distance, right? The total distance, which means that we'll need to know their speeds and their time first. We already know their speeds, it's given in the problem. So all we have to know is the time that it took them to drive it. So here's another way. We could do 60, that's their difference in track, divided by their difference in speed, 80 minus 60, which would equal 60 divided by 20, so that equals 3. So their time is 3 hours, and their difference in speed would be 20. So now it's easier for us to find the distance from A to B, because we know that this is how far this is how far A went, and this is how far B went. Then, just like before, you might have thought it was a meter problem, and now it is. We have the time, and they're coming towards each other, so we know that it's their sums of their speed. So we have 3 times 140, so that equals 420 kilometers. So 420 kilometers, that's how we